Are we live? Is this thing working? Oh, I think we are. Hang on, hang on. Maybe, maybe. There we go. Okay, welcome in everybody. Just me for now. Got a couple people joining here later. As you can see, we'll just jump right into it. We're already 17 minutes into this first half. Um, Shout out to FOCO, sponsoring Underground Madness 2025. Use code Underground10 for 10% off all your fandom needs. Yeah, drop any comments. I'll be reading them till Kyle joins. I think we got Deej coming in as well at some point. So, yeah, just hanging out for now. Looks like I missed the first, 15, 14 minutes of this game, but I saw Houston just made a little bit of a run. So, looking good for any Houston bettors. I personally stayed away from this game just because I was sad about my bracket, to be honest. So, I will not give any betting advice unless there's something fun like a prop bet, which I haven't even looked at. So let's check that out real quick. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's any like random fun bet that's not like your straight up money line or anything like that. Like I think an overtime bet. I've been trying to hit one of those for feels like the whole tournament. Not throwing down a lot of bread, just beer money over here. But I think plus 1100 for yes to go to overtime. I think that could be fun. I also think it's tough if you really believe in Houston, which as much as I want Florida to win, I do think Houston probably has the edge. Taking them to win, 1-5, 6-10, something like that, I think could be pretty fun. Or you can go crazy and pick 16-20. Looks like you can get that either team to win 16-20 for plus 800. You can play it safer as well and just do either team plus 6-10 or 6-10 plus 225. But we'll see if Florida gets to like plus 200 or 300 or maybe even lower odds. Maybe I'll throw some on them just as a send off for Florida there at the end. But the last time I did that with Michigan, it was not a good outcome. So again, don't take betting advice from me. If whatever I say, probably do the opposite. If I'm being 100% honest, but Florida's big carries the ball like every dribble. That is atrocious. I'm not sure how that wasn't called. I know they barely call it now, but it's just like that was a nice shot. Oof. Man, they're letting the bigs battle, but You got to be careful pushing them out to the 3-point line like that. That could very easily be a foul. Of course, if the refs are, they already let, I think, what is it, say 4 fouls total first half for roughly 18 minutes. If they're going to let them play the whole game, then I'm all for that, just because I'd hate to have a situation occur where later in the game they decide to start calling ticky-tack pushes like that. But good double. If Florida can get some of these threes to drop, I mean, that was a great setup by the big, good kick out too, and then if any of those just drop instead of rimming out, they have a pretty good chance. Good stop. See, when they do stuff like that, like it's almost like they just take the first shot when they need to just settle in. You're down 6 and you take a 3 that was incredibly short. Like that can't continue essentially because I mean Houston went on that run a couple minutes ago when they scored like 10 straight or whatever it was. And if they're capable of doing that at any point they want, like, and I mean they're still up shooting 2 for 12 from deep, so Florida can't just keep jacking threes and then hoping that they drop at some point. Got away with one there. Of course, I talked about the threes being missed, and then he bangs one. I think that's his third from that corner too. So 4 for 5. That is wild. I mean, he has half of their points, and I think every shot I've seen him take, he's made. Is he the leading scorer too? Yeah, Will Richard's the only one in this entire game that has double-digit points. Next closest looks like 7. Let's take a look. Ooh, yeah, that was definitely goaltending. They got away with one there. Oh. Oh, wow. Back-to-back air balls, essentially. That's Florida's got to score here to feel good going into the break. I mean, they probably feel good regardless, but if you can tie it or even get within one when you're shooting poorly, that's got to still give you some momentum. I'm okay with them shooting that. I mean, it's 4 for 5 from deep. So also the uniform matchup is by far in favor of Florida. Houston, they got to get creative. They have a nice font, but
So add my voice to the rest of the pack. You have enough. Hi. Can I watch you? No. Hi.
What up? I can't hear a word you just said.
Yeah, there's this little thing called a mute button that apparently I don't know how this works. I was saying I don't know how far back your stream is.
Dude, I haven't even turned it
All
on
right.
yet.
All right, cool. So I can react real time.
Yeah. For now, you can react real time. I honestly don't care who wins this game. So I have no clue what the score is or anything.
34-28 Houston right now.
Halftime's just now about to end, right?
It just ended.
I'm watching it on my phone because I don't have anywhere else to watch it. I'm not going to get my Xbox from upstairs.
No, that's
and we learned early on that I am not meant to use my other laptop to stream games. Because it literally just would not work.
Yeah, I don't know. We made the transition to streaming services, and then ever since then, like,
I mean, I've had no problems with streaming services because I normally have, but like, I will say, my other laptop is from like maybe 2012.
Oh, see,
it might even be older than that. Like, it's bad, dude.
That thing's like glitching.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. I just turned it off. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, it's weird. Like Florida, they tied it up and then gave up like 9 straight points, and then they keep jacking threes like every possession. I'm not totally sure. Like
that's how they play though.
It's so
they're live by the 3, die by the 3 type team.
Yeah.
How much time is left in for you?
18, 11.
Okay, I'm right on with you, so we can react as real time as we want. Houston's coach is always so animated.
Mm-hmm.
They're both like on one today. I get it though. I mean, do I?
I mean, you work all the season to get here.
The closest
this could be the one chance.
But the closest I've gotten to this feeling is coaching a Sunday tournament day. Like, that's not the same. It's nowhere near the same as the national championship. Like, those are the only championships I've coached in. So I can't imagine what I would be like if I was coaching in the national championship game.
Especially because not all, but in today's college world, like all these kids could be gone. Like you could have all new team, new coaches, like everything. I would feel so much pressure, like not only to win, but then you gotta maybe hope you get back there.
I say then everybody's expecting you to do it again.
Yeah. And you could come back with, 2 starters or whatever it is. Like that's
come back with no starters.
Yeah, that's way too scary. Like
a different type of game. I wonder what Notre Dame women's is going to look like next year.
I don't know. It's crazy. Like it's funny because like the expectation doesn't go away, like you said, but then like it kind of has to a degree because if you have a great team and your recruiting class can't catch on quick enough or you don't land enough transfers, like you go back to being mediocre or whatever you are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was such a flop. That's horrible. That's horrible.
See, So how can you throw out a technical for that?
Oh, and then he calls a block there? Wait, they called a tech on the bench?
Yeah. See, that should be a foul on Houston, if anything.
Oh, this is nasty work here. This is nasty work. I feel like refs be trying to go viral. I'm not even gonna cap with you, bro. I really feel like refs be trying to go viral. Like they just trying to get them a little clip in. Like it's actually bananas.
They have to. There's no way that you're watching the only contact on the floor and you see a guy shove him and you give a foul to the other team and then also give a tech to the bench. Like that was a quick tech. Like he had to have said something crazy to give a tech that fast. If it was legit.
That's insane. That's insane.
Look, all he did was get up on the floor. If that's a tech, then oh my.
Nasty work.
And what's dumb too is like the first half, I think there was like 4 fouls combined. And now Florida has 5 in 2.5 minutes.
Houston has none.
Like, and I said it too in the first half. I said because they were allowing all types of damn, that was a nice shot. All types of pushing and shoving, and I was like, that's fine as long as in the second half.
As long as you maintain that.
Mm-hmm. And it's exactly what's happening.
Because how am I supposed to coach my kids against that?
Especially when you just played it a whole half where you allowed bully ball, essentially. Like,
oh, it's one thing when you're consistent. It's easy to coach. Whether you're good or bad, if you're being that way the whole night, it's like, all right, we know what we're getting, so let's just play around it.
Mm-hmm.
When you switch up,
see, like, now they gotta do makeup.
Hard to tell.
Get his ass, DJ. Get his ass.
Dog, what was even funnier is he hadn't even seen the quote tweet and thread that came after that.
That's incredible.
He literally was only saying that to that initial tweet.
That's so funny.
I think a lot of people didn't see his quote tweet in the thread that came after.
No.
But a lot of people have seen it, though.
Yeah.
I knew there was something in there, so I went to look. I looked through every single one. I was like, I got to see what's because I opened my phone with like
going down, and I was
texts. like, what is happening?
I was like, I'm currently sitting in my season tickets at the Philadelphia Phillies Stadium, watching a playoff game in April, pretty much against the Dodgers. What the fuck is going on right now that this motherfucker's taken away from my happy place and pissing off one of my best friends?
Dog. The thing is, I had been quiet for so long because I never had a reason to say anything. I didn't. And I didn't even, like, I thought I was just, like, pointing out that, like, he had no real reason to be upset because the love he wanted was actually being spread all around. Like, PLL announcers do their thing. The team's socials do as best as they can to promote the NLL when it's appropriate. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't understand his quip with that. So I just pointed that out, and then here he comes personally attacking me, and I'm like, yo, this is so unnecessary. And like, honestly, I thought I was so nice in the way that I presented that scenario. I was like, look, bro, take your choice. We can be cool about this and just let it go, or we can rumble.
He literally went Beavis and Butthead on you. He's like, "Are you threatening me?"
And then I was like, "Screenshot though." He loves that screenshot.
And I'm like, supposed member of the media? Like, what is supposed about my membership of the media? And honestly, saying cred for cred was I shouldn't have said that.
We can go cred for cred.
And then I told him it was levels to the shit and he wasn't competition. Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow, bro. Here I am thinking like I'm the lame part of the show.
Nah,
No, but,
you're
like-
a media member,
literally.
a credentialed media member.
You are a credentialed voting member of the media.
Yes, you've probably been elected by the Wings to be NLL of the year or something too. So
No. I got nominated this year by I got nominated this year by the Grand Rapids Lacrosse Club.
See, there you go.
the one that got transferred over from Panther City. Remember that?
Detroit, the
Rochester.
Detroit Turbos?
Remember that? No, do you remember that?
Yeah, when Rochester was going to be sold, and the Buffalo Bandits were going to be sold, and the Buffalo Sabres were going to be sold.
And the relocation of Panther City was coming to Grand Rapids. Yeah. All right, buddy. We're going to pack out Van Andel Arena every fucking night. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's the Grand Rapids Turbos.
Dude's
Speaking of that,
ridiculous.
I saw a Turbos jersey this morning on NLL like jersey page or something on Facebook.
Things fire, weren't they?
We need a purple team again. Let's just bring them back.
No.
Bring them back.
We have enough purple teams. Let's pick any other color.
Well, you can have it as an accent though.
Let me get that baby blue. That seafoam and shit. Let me get that back.
That'd be nice. I asked when the Riptide were going away, I was like, do you guys have a seafoam jersey laying around? And no one could get me one. I was like,
Damn.
I know you have one somewhere. Like,
But yeah, I think that colorway would go perfect here. It kind of fits in with the Honolulu blue and like the Pistons and
Teal.
Tigers blue and everything. Yeah. And I mean, the purple would go good alongside that. I'm thinking kind of like Charlotte Bobcats type.
oh yeah.
You
Is
mean
it the
Charlotte
same
Hornets.
ownership group with the hockey team and the Pistons?
No, the Pistons rent from the
Oh.
hockey team to be in there.
That's how the Sixers are.
Mm-hmm. Because they built that to replace the Joe Louis. So it was originally only made for hockey.
Mm.
Like if you go in there for a basketball game, there are some bad seats for a basketball game. There's not a bad seat for a hockey game in there though. Not a single one. I've sat up at the top. I've sat down in the lower bowl. I've sat in the mezzanine. Like there's not a bad seat in that house for a hockey game.
All right, can somebody explain to me what is happening with Walter Clayton Jr. in this game? Like, did he just forget that there was a game?
Nah, bro. They just got fucked by the refs in the last like 5 minutes
They
that you
did.
didn't see.
That's
It was
true.
really bad. Really bad. Like literally they got 5 of those fouls in 2.5 minutes, including a technical foul on the bench.
So how many fouls does he have?
I don't know how many Walter Clayton got, but
Because he's 0 for 4 from 3.
I mean, hey, that's just the nature of playing the 3 and the live by the 3, die by the 3 game. They're getting the Michigan syndrome. They decided to stop playing in the championship game.
Terrible.
Like, that's the one time you can't choose to stop playing. Like, we need you the most right now.
Mm-hmm.
He only has one foul.
That's so crazy.
And both
No
times,
points, 7 assists.
bro, every time Michigan has lost a national championship game, except one, it's been because of white people. That one time was Chris Webber. He fucked it up. Christian Laettner. Hate him. Hate Christian Laettner, by the way.
I mean, who doesn't?
And then 2013, it was motherfucking Luke Hancock. Dude ain't played a good lick of basketball all season and then came out and dropped like 20-something on Michigan in the national championship game. Who are you?
He was saving it for the big stage.
Clearly, it was so frustrating. And then here we come 2018. Dante
Hey,
DiVincenzo.
don't slander White Dante. Don't slander the big ragu.
I wasn't slandering none of them. I'm just saying, here comes some random white kid coming out to drop 20, 30 points that they haven't done all year in the national championship game because Michigan we just don't deserve a national championship, apparently. We got one in football, though. We got one in hockey. I would say we chasing one in lacrosse, but we just can't close out certain games. But it's okay because you know what? The last 2 years, you know what we've done? Lost a close game to Penn State in the regular season and then turned around and beat them in the Big Ten tournament. So I'm cool with it. I hope I honestly hope Ohio State wins this week against Hopkins. So that way they can be undefeated in conference play when Michigan rolls in. And then Michigan beats them to ruin their perfect Big Ten season. Oh, and then if Michigan only still has the one loss to Penn State, there might be a 3-way tie or some shit like that. So they're all taking a share of the Big Ten title for regular season.
You guys close out the season with Ohio State?
Yep, every year. We have Rutgers this week. We pretty much do the same conference schedule every year. It's pretty much Maryland into Hop, then Penn State, Rutgers, Ohio State. Pretty much every year. And then we normally play Notre Dame in non-conference. We've been playing Harvard a lot recently in non-conference. Who else?
You got a bunch of random ones.
Marquette. We play Marquette almost every year in non-conference. And then normally it's like 2 or 3 random teams that are just like, oh, okay, we decided to play them this year. Yeah. Like Duke. Like, oh, okay. I didn't know we were going to play Duke this year. That's awesome. Early season L that we didn't need. Thanks. If you ask me. I mean, but also, like, you're going to learn a lot playing from a team like Duke. So, like, it's one of those seasons for Michigan where they know they have a good team, so they're trying to get brownie points for losses and help themselves in the rankings to probably get an at-large bid. You know what I'm saying? It's better to lose to a ranked Harvard, ranked Duke, etc., than to beat up on certain unranked teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for it. That was a nice bucket.
I got to figure out what I want to take advantage of with 47-day. I found one.
See, that's why they're winning this game. That was crazy also.
I found one thing on here, but if you spend $75, you get a free mystery gift.
So then you have to spend $75.
Right.
Just get me a hat.
This guy.
Hey, this new hat is fire, isn't it? The white John.
You stay getting new merch every week.
Yeah, and then so this dude, right? My director that runs my travel squad, he also does like all the apparel and stuff. This was not on our website. He made the wrong color combo for the logo. So he just had a bunch of extra ones that he messed up. He's like, I can't give them to anybody, so here, just like give them out however you want. I was like, I'm definitely keeping one of these. This is hard. I don't know why gray on gray looks so good, but yes. So now I got like 4 or 5 hoodies. I got a crew neck. I got a quarter zip. I have a New Balance Defender jacket. 3 long sleeves. 3 short sleeves. And I got another crew neck on the way. Plus,
So they redid your whole closet.
and I got 3 beanies and 2 baseball hats. Oh no, that's only like a third of my closet. I low key have a lot of clothes. I don't even know if that's a third, honestly. your boy's got a lot of clothes. I need more. I need like a jacket though. I need like a fire ass bomber jacket. I'm thinking leather, black base, white sleeves, and I'm thinking I want SpongeBob painted on the back, and then I'm gonna get a bunch of patches and shit, SpongeBob patches, and I'm gonna put them on the shoulders, and then I want some of those like flower clouds from Bikini Bottom on the front, some bubbles, and probably just some other characters too, like a Patrick, Squidward, Plankton, that kind of shit.
That is not where I thought your brain was going with that at all.
It's fire though, ain't it? That's not like a fire ass jacket, but like, where did you think I was going?
I didn't know, and then I just heard bomber jacket, black and white. I was like, all right, wear that coach, and then you're just like, and then SpongeBob. And I was like, what the?
Oh no, this is not a coaching fit. This is a.
I thought we were talking about coaching fits, and I was like, all right. And then he said SpongeBob. I was like, wait, what?
No. This is a. I got the drip on today.
Oh man.
No, I got way too many coaching fits now. I got the white crew neck with the black hat. I got the gray hoodie with the white hat. I got the black crew neck or the black quarter zip with whatever.
Speaking
hat.
of bomber jackets, Siege, they have a black Cooperstown Bomber Tigers jacket with D on the front, and then on the back it's like a diamond that says Detroit Tigers and it's got the crackhead tiger on the back on the logo.
And you know me enough to know that I'm not paying that much for that. So I don't even know why you brought that up to me.
30% off right now.
And that still is way too, you know me. What would I say? What would I say?
We can either handle it here
or I could give you afterpay.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That discount's not that bad for that jacket and for like what the jacket is.
Spit the numbers.
It takes like $53 off.
Yeah, but how much is it?
After the discount?
Before the discount.
$175.
And after the discount?
$122.50.
Yeah, that's insane.
Plus,
I'm still not paying $120 for a fucking jacket.
It's not bad though.
Are you crazy?
For what it is?
Don't you know
bad.
I can get the bomber jacket I want off of Amazon, and then I could just pay somebody to make it for me?
Not
you
the
are
Bezos
crazy.
flea market. Not the Bezos flea market.
Bro, you are crazy. You know me. It's not going to happen that way. That is hilarious. But for people that do spend a little bit of cash, that is in fact a great deal.
That jacket's fire.
That is a great deal. I'm just cheap.
I'm low key thinking about just getting a blank hat so that I can take it to Lids to get the Vineland logo put onto it.
Yeah, you definitely could.
That's a good idea.
Because they were like, yeah, you basically just have to have the rights to the logo. And I was like, oh, I'm allowed to do whatever I want. They would give me the green light for that because I'd just be wearing it on broadcast.
That was a big 3. Bro, I need a commercial.
Oh,
Commercial break, man.
and one. Finish it. Nice.
Oh, you must be ahead of me.
Oh, I'm at 12:06.
Yeah, you somehow slightly jumped ahead of me. I don't know when that happened.
All right, pause it.
And 1, yeah.
This is the problem, though, is Florida does this. They get close. They got some momentum. Houston comes down and just gets like 3 straight
Mhm.
threes off, and then Florida starts jacking them again.
That's because Houston just be having football practice in their basketball practices.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all saw? Did you see that video?
Bro, oh
I've heard about it. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't watch
yeah.
it.
That shit was crazy.
Hey,
Damn Royal Rumble on the floor.
so there's this which huge shout out Mid State Lax. You do awesome work if you happen to be listening to this for whatever reason. But homie literally just like follows all the games in the state, post scores and like watches games and all that shit. So homie posted a screenshot of the game earlier between Heartland and Grand Ledge. And why was it just like 10 guys playing volleyball inside the gym?
Damn,
he's like,
bro.
this is the strangest lacrosse game I've ever watched. And I'm like, holy shit, they forgot to switch over to the field camera. That is great.
Hey, it wouldn't be a lacrosse broadcast if that stuff didn't happen.
Oh my God. But yeah, he does great work in posting all the scores and keeping everybody updated with what's going on around the state. You know, real ethical, authentic mediaism from my guy Mid State Lax. Some people could take notes.
Do I go rope hat for the Vineland potential hat, or do I go regular, like, just like this style?
I like that style personally.
Yeah.
Because they have them like with the rope, like black with white, and then they also have.
Bro, are you allowed to wear that where you are?
What?
His hat.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm an honorary Eagles fan.
He wore a Reggie White jersey during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. That's a little dangerous.
I turn into an Eagles fan like 2 of every 5 years, probably.
There's no bad blood between the Broncos and the Birds.
No, like, because literally, like, when my team's eliminated, every time that they've been in the playoffs, they play teams that I hate. Like, they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I hated them. They played the Chiefs, who I absolutely hate. And this supports the brand, the city, or which way? C47 is perfect. Great deal.
Hey, I was just making sure you were safe out there, man.
Hey, look who it is.
Don't worry, though.
The boy.
What up?
Yo, I'm briefly tapping in for a little bit as this game's getting interesting because I want to share my normal fact that I love to throw around that I almost texted you, but I was like, I'll just pop on the recording.
Lay it on us.
So, dating back to 2015 Duke, only one team has averaged below 78 points per game and won the national title. If Houston did it, they would be the second. And Houston averages 74 points per game. Well, 74.2. Can you tell me the team that averaged below 78 and won the national title in this since 2015?
Since 2015. So that
I've talked about this before, Kyle.
So since 2015, the teams that have won are UConn twice, Baylor, Villanova twice, UNC,
Duke, and you're missing one.
And Virginia.
Yes. Which of those teams was it and what year?
Was it Virginia?
Yep. That 2019 Virginia team shot 40.9% from three and averaged 71.4 points per game. This Houston team shoots 39.8% from three, or like 39.2, and averages 74 points per game. So, if Houston does this, they are in rarefied air in terms of modern basketball, where everyone's talking about comping them to that Nova team that made the run. No, like those Nova teams shot. Those Nova teams averaged 78 and 86 points per game.
Please don't tell me we're back with analytics and numbers and stuff right now. We're not doing this shit, bro. We've already, Christian, we talked about this. March is all about vibes, bro.
Remaster it.
It's all about vibes, bro.
Anyway, DJ, to say what I already told to them, and I'll pose the question to you. One team since 2015 has won the national title, averaging below 78 points per game. Can you name that one team?
You said since 2015?
Counting 2015.
Is it that 2015 Duke team?
No.
Okay. 2016 was Villanova. I don't think it was that team, though.
They averaged 78 on the dot.
2017. Damn. Why do I not remember who won my senior year of high school?
UNC won in 2017.
Oh, was that the Chris Jenkins shot?
No,
that was 2016.
Chris
Okay.
Jenkins, 2016.
I was gonna say, think of Shannon Sharp's nickname.
Uh, 2018.
Was Nova again.
It wasn't them either. It wasn't, yeah, and it wasn't UNC. 2019.
Do you need me to tell you?
No, I'm trying to think through this. Clearly. God damn it. Gonzaga, 2020?
No.
In the bubble? No? Okay.
In the bubble in 2019?
I said 2020.
You skipped 2019 though.
I know. I'm trying to think of who 2019 was.
There also was no bubble tournament.
And Gonzaga didn't win it. Fuck, who won 2020?
There was no
Nobody.
tournament.
There was no tournament. It got canceled.
You sure, bro?
Jesus Christ.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Okay. Bro,
Because the tournament was supposed to start literally right when the world shut down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Rudy Gobert.
I was supposed to work the first round of games. I was a week away.
Who won in 21?
You still haven't answered 2019.
That don't mean I got A.
There's a big reason why we're continuing to hone in on 2019.
All right, bro. What y'all not finna do is tell me how I can get to my answer. I'm allowed to get to it however I want. Y'all starting to sound like teachers right now.
He's out here like Doctor Strange, going through all the permutations of how to work his way back to 2019.
Man, bro.
Our fine DJ 2021.
Y'all are irritating, bro. I just want y'all to know that.
No, I'm irritating. There's a difference.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad you know. That really helps.
I'm self-conscious enough to know.
Oh, of course it was them. We know a homie that won't shut up about them on Twitter. That's pretty much all he talks about.
Can you be more specific?
Zach Terry, Virginia.
It's because it's his job. That's why he tweets about them.
I know. I'm just
The boy literally
not-
works for SB
y'all are-
Nation's Virginia website.
y'all not.
And is
gonna
a
talk
student
about-
at UVA.
Y'all not gonna talk about me like this. All right.
Slandering our
asked me-
mans.
Y'all asked me to answer the question, and I got there, and y'all are making fun of how I got there.
That's
All
what
right.
they say.
Right, so-
It-
That
it's
guy
really-
that always be tweeting about Michigan. He won't shut up about Michigan on Twitter.
That's fine. That's true.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be upset about it?
DJ, so that UVA team that won the national title averaged 71.4 points per game. Every other team since 2015, including 2015, has averaged at least 78. Houston winning here, with them currently averaging 74.2 a game, would be a statistical outlier in the grand scale of things.
Because statistical outliers happen all the time. Because, it comes down to playing the game on the floor.
Ooh.
All about vibes, bro.
An 11-year sample size is all I'm saying.
Man, look at okay. If you want to go back to that, realistically, Duke and Auburn should have won over both these teams on Saturday. Vibes.
Duke, yes.
Vibes.
Duke, yes.
Auburn too.
Florida is much more of a vibes team than Auburn.
Florida is the vibes team.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
I'm not disputing that, but like,
Oh.
no. Have you seen anything that Auburn has done this year? It is all off vibes. Them boys ain't play. Bruce Pearl just yell at them and then they just go play. Like that is it. There's like
The things
Chad
that
Baker
man said on
Mazzara,
national TV was crazy.
bro, wild. I'm telling you, it's nothing but great, bro. They had a whole plane turn around the day before a game.
Yeah, I know, that was fucking insane.
If that don't
Cat-
tell you it
Big
ain't
Cat
nothing
had
but
him on
vibes.
part of my take earlier, like last week, and it's like, does it like blow your mind that earlier this season you guys were fighting on a plane and now you're playing in the Final Four?
He was like, "Nah, that's a turning point." Like, that's insane. That screams that team is nothing but vibes. And then they went out there and beat them.
But yeah.
I like your devotion to it, though, Christian.
Hey, I very much commit to my bit of statistical analysis to try and predict the winner of March Madness.
And I'm just here. I'm pretty much just clip farming by screaming vibes at you.
Yeah, I know. I know my role in all this.
That's why when we start this trivia show later this year, Christian's gonna be fucking. We're gonna be like playing a game of Saw.
Bro, I am a clip farmer. It's so funny. Now that I think about it, I really just clip farm. It's bad. It is bad.
A clip farming media member.
Another interesting statistical note. Current pull up the exact number entering the game tonight because it may have changed slightly from the pre-tournament number. Houston's averaging 45.8% from the field. That would be the worst by a winning team since worst by a winning team Since 2014, UConn shot 44.9% from the field. Now, the counterpoint to that is Houston also somehow shoots 39.8% from three, which would be the best since 2021 Baylor. And those two things, and the fact that there's that big of a disparity between where they land on their field goal shooting versus their 3-point shooting is minorly concerning to me, because it's very much just screams to me it very much screams to me what I used to jokingly call Villanova losses, where Villanova was such a 3-point shooting team, where it's like you would check a Villanova loss box score and it's like, they shot like 22% from three and lost. Checks out.
That's called live by the three, die by the three.
And I call it a Villanova loss because that's what Villanova was under Jay Wright.
Yo, not only is Walter Clayton
Michigan
Jr.
was just like that under John Beilein. It was frustrating.
Walter Clayton Jr. is not only 0 for 5 from three, he's 1 for 7 from the field.
Yeah.
Bro, leave my man
Horrid. I'm a fan, but like
you're not acting like it right now.
Yeah, because I'm concerned.
I would bet you that they have just game planned to take him out of the game and make him less effective.
Yeah, Houston's more than athletic enough to try and take him out of the game.
And Houston's defense is what's carried them really this far anyway.
Yeah, that's attack.
See, none of y'all were here for this, but when I said that, 4 fouls in the first half, 18 plus, like that's that.
Mm-hmm. That's bad, bro.
I just don't understand how you go, 4 times the amount or whatever it is. Like,
and also, call it what you want, but I don't like that tech call either.
No,
it's the fucking national championship game. Of course, he's gonna be frustrated. You got to let some stuff go, man. You can't call that in a tie game with 7 minutes left. You can't call that tech. That's ridiculous. I would argue that you can't call it with 19 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first quarter. For first half, excuse me, because, if you really want to get down to it, we should be in quarters anyway.
I don't know why they won't switch. Everyone else switched.
Hey, y'all seen the greatest translator in Major League Baseball this year?
Nope.
I'm sending it in the OTB group chat. Christian, have you seen this dude?
I don't think so.
This is Isak Paredes' translator.
Oh,
He might be my new favorite human. He might be my new favorite human. That dude is a unit.
Jesus Christ.
Are we sure he's just a translator, not like a bodyguard as well? Like,
bro,
he's a dual threat.
That boy makes Big Dom look small.
Bro, he used to be a sumo wrestler.
That boy is thick with 12 C's.
He had to have been a sumo wrestler, bro. That's the only thing that makes sense. I heard they make good money over there though, and that they like celebrities for real.
Oh yeah, Steve went last year. I have to put the video together because it's almost timeless. It's just him reacting to it. There was a sumo wrestling event at Madison Square Garden, at the theater underneath, and Steve went. Dog, them boys were fucking smacking each other around.
Hey, there you go, bro.
And Steve is drunk off his ass, let's go.
Walter Clayton Jr. has got a little ham one.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he was doing that in the first half, not gonna lie.
Bro, chill. It's good. He's doing it now in the important part of the game. Just support him like a real fan would.
The whole game's been important, Deej.
Just support him like a real fan would. I didn't say it wasn't important. I said the most important part. The end of the game, he got to finish off strong. That's the most important part. Be a real fan right now. See, look, he just came up with a huge rebound too.
I don't need rebounds. I need points.
No. Oh. See? This is what I be talking about. This is why
This is why I bet on him, because I'm a fan and I want him to succeed.
irresponsible.
Are you drinking
culture.
Sprite out of a 2?
Listen. Irresponsible.
I need to know the amount of days that bottle's been divvied up.
Nah, hey, listen. Irresponsible betting.
No.
Rudy.
Nah. Don't deflect here now.
I'm not deflecting. I just got to get this out
showcase
first.
the 2-liter.
You cut me off. I was in the middle of saying this already. Irresponsible betting culture is ruining sports.
It's responsible betting culture, because that's all I do.
Yeah, okay. Here you are, trash talking.
I know my
anyway.
unit size. My unit size ain't the size of Isak Baradi's translator. I'll tell you that much.
All right, so this is what happened.
Fun fact, legally I can't bet on like 98% of sports.
Cool. I
What's
bet on
the other
0%.
2%?
I was gonna say like.
So because I work in college athletics, I can't bet on a college I can't bet on a college sport and or the pro equivalent of said college sport. So it's like F1 and like other weird niche stuff, but no soccer, no football, no basketball, no tennis, no softball, no baseball. I wouldn't call it weird because it's like.
I mean, you should be able to bet on the pro stuff. That has nothing to do with college.
The only thing
College,
that I would
I
say
get.
that like you shouldn't be able to bet on is like draft stuff, maybe. But
Yeah,
like, games like
I could see that. Yeah.
Well,
games don't really have.
I think
it's probably just safer to just say it like that because like it kind of just covers all bases and keeps you kind of out of muddy waters.
Yeah, it's kind of tied to the principle of like people who work in college know people who work in the pros, and word gets around about things, and then because you have privileged information from being in the space, etc.
Anyway, yeah, this had already been here at home. And when I looked in the fridge, I realized that it was basically a cupful. Why dirty a dish that I'm eventually going to have to wash when I can just finish off the bottle like it was going to be finished off anyway? Please tell me where it makes more sense for me to pour this in a cup than just drink it out the 2-liter. Anybody out there?
It's just optically funny.
I mean, sure.
Without that context, it's wildly funny. It looks like you're just taking swigs right from a 2-liter, like it's a normal size bottle, like your Isak Baradi's translator.
Like I've been doing it just casually. Like, oh yeah, this is the end of it. But yeah, I just said sip one.
You're just doing the Sprite challenge.
Mm-mm.
You're just like violently belching as you walk around at work.
You would never catch me doing the Sprite challenge.
Those videos make me die laughing though, because it's the most random looking people doing it.
Yes.
And then they just sound like that video where the guy's like, "I'm a fire in my laser."
Oh, that was nice.
Now, Deej, you know the colors because you've seen them. Do I do a black hat or do I do a charcoal gray? I feel like black goes with more.
I feel like the gray would look a little better with the colors. You know, like black is more suitable to wear more often, but the charcoal gray would kind of make the colors pop.
I heavily dislike Florida's offense when it just becomes iso ball. It's so painful.
That's everybody's offense when it becomes iso ball. Iso ball is painful. No matter who you got. Because that's not what basketball is meant to be. You need motion, you need ball movement, body movement. That's how you get open buckets. Stepped out of bounds. 3.5 left. Bro, why are national championship games played on Mondays? I don't get it. Other than lacrosse, it actually makes great sense to do so.
Like I was
on Memorial Day, it's perfect.
I was talking about this with a friend, and I was like,
definitely the gray.
And I was talking about with a friend, and I was like, women should be Thursday, Saturday, men should be Friday, Sunday, and it's like, you have no football to fight. There is no football to fight. What? Why are we doing this?
I think it's just to keep it consistent with football. Football is played on a Monday because of Sunday football. So I literally think they just did it to keep it synonymous. In which college football fans complain because they wish it would just be played on a Saturday. And NFL fans wish that there weren't Saturday divisional playoff games. All of it doesn't make sense to me. It's like the people in charge don't listen to their fans, but their fans keep, giving them the things they want, like their money, so they could care less. I think I'm gonna move off the grid.
DJ to Alaska? Are we bringing it back?
Absolutely not. I didn't say I'm moving to hell.
You sit off the grid, though.
Yeah. If I wanted to live somewhere cold and off the grid, I'd just drive 8 hours north. The UP in Michigan is just good enough, big dog. I ain't got to go all the way to Alaska for that.
Maybe you could hike the Appalachian Trail.
Sir. I don't think my people make it out of those kind of expeditions.
Country roads.
Definitely through West Virginia, bro. That's the most elevated state in the continental U.S. By the way.
I have probably spent a collective 25 minutes in West Virginia only because of the route I was driving to get to JMU.
Yeah, no, everything there is on a hill or in a mountain. Literally everything. It's insane.
Or in a van down by the river. Uh-oh, it's Clayton time, boys.
Let him cook.
It's Clayton o'clock.
What do you need? How many points you need?
A lot.
A lot?
Well, he has 11.
Yeah, what is a lot?
21 plus.
21.
Okay, so how many foul shots is he taking?
I think he's got 11 right now.
And I also need 2 more rebounds from Thomas Hoff.
You might get them rebounds.
Ugh.
But if you parlayed, you might as well give it up.
Yeah, it's part of a massive
Yeah. You done, bro.
Which 2 legs have already hit, which was Kyle Tucker 2+ total bases and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2+ total bases.
Oh.
Nah, bro, you're done. You're cooked.
And then I had Alex Condon 6+
well,
rebounds.
I'm gonna say this. You cooked unless this goes to overtime. So
that's what I'm
really
hoping
what
for.
you-
We're manifesting overtime.
If
That's
it goes to
what-
overtime, we need to clip this. When I was by myself, I said overtime plus 1100 is a good bet.
That's huge.
We need to go back.
Here you go, clip farming.
I'm learning from the best. I
Learning from the best media member in the game.
yeah. Apparently, if you clip farm, you get like media member recognition and stuff. So I just want to be seen.
Hey, no, you just gotta flip fans off, I guess.
The most out of context screenshot of all.
Oh my god, I've all fucking died.
I'm still dying laughing at Diggs' comment to get his ass.
So funny, bro. And then
I was hoping
AP
all the stick talk boys were going to be there.
AP hopped in the chat or hopped in my
Oh,
DM.
word. What did he say?
He's like, bro, this is the hardest tweet ever. Goddamn.
I fucking love him, man. Yo, real shit. This is all praise to the homie. Him and his wife are one of the hottest couples of all time. Shout out to the boy. Those two were like made for each other. The pictures they post together on like their anniversaries and stuff, they pop the fuck out. Their outfit game is something serious.
No, it's always great seeing people love each other correctly.
They always be standing on business with them outfits. Which I don't expect nothing less.
Standing on business.
Oh wait, let me try to do something else because I can't use middle fingers apparently.
Chill.
You better relax. There's gonna be a screenshot of us here soon.
Yeah,
I know.
This is gonna get clip farmed.
Mm-hmm.
By somebody who doesn't watch us, though.
Dog, I'd legitimately get like uncomfortable seeing him because I feel like I'm being stalked. I'm not even joking.
Woof.
That was the hardest air ball of all time.
Well, it was blocked, I think.
I hope so.
The fact that
Yeah.
Christian
yeah.
has no clue what we're talking about.
Zero.
Yeah, no, that was blocked.
Zero spin on that ball.
I was like, for his sake, I hope it was blocked.
Back breaking three incoming. What was
Oh my!
Good grief.
Wow.
I'm so glad y'all are still a little bit ahead of me. This is great.
Yo, Kelvin Sampson gives me big pseudo vibes.
That's
Tell
actually
me I'm wrong.
hilarious.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Not at all.
He reminds me of pseudo so much.
That's so funny.
In the most complimentary way possible. But that's like the college basketball coaching equivalent to the PLO. Kelvin Sampson is Tim Sudan. Also, can we just touch on the fact that Stephen A. Smith said he's leaving the door open for running for president today?
He's been saying that for a minute on his podcast. Like he hasn't said it, but he's been
There was a Barrett Media article that came out written
Yeah.
about the whole premise.
yeah.
Absolutely the fuck not.
I was like, I'm leaning more and more towards that. Like the world did end in 2012, and we're just in a new timeline.
ended in 2012?
That was the whole Mayan calendar, like the world is
Oh,
coming to an end
okay.
thing.
We just
I'm starting to lean more and more that actually happened, and we just started anew on a brand new timeline. Like fucking Doctor Doom's Battle World happened, and everything just exploded, and we're just in the new timeline now.
Or we're
Because
just
what are we doing?
we're just in a paused reality.
We're
Like
in the
like
Matrix.
like dead ass.
Can I at least get like
You're
a
laughing, but
tank
I'm
from
so
Star
like
Wars?
dead ass. Like there's a possibility that like that's just true. We just have like people just like pressing buttons, being like, "Oh, I wonder what happens if I make them do this."
It's like the people on the phones in Stranger Things.
Literally.
Come on,
good
give us
pass.
overtime. We deserve
Hold
overtime.
on your butts, to quote Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park. Hold on. What was that?
Oh, excuse me.
Drive that.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Is that his fifth?
No, that's a foul.
Yeah, airborne, not set. Take. Yep. Fouled out. When you see a camera linger on the guy for that long,
He wasn't necessarily straight up and down. That's where the foul comes in.
I mean, again, I agree. It's just they let it go too long.
That's a foul.
I was told as a CSU fan that we throw the rule book out the window in the final minute of a quarter or a half because it just doesn't matter because we don't want to, take over the game.
Hoots might be the only person on Earth who was not a fan of the Crab Five.
Hey,
dude,
great shot by the kid. I'm not mad at him. Some of the stuff I had to see on my timeline, where I had one person legitimately say that you cannot call it travel in the last minute because you don't want to hijack the game. I'm like, so we're just throwing out the rule book then? That's just not okay. If we're doing that game. Anyway, that's my rant.
As I see, you're complaining about that, and I mean this with all due respect to the college I work at. I had to watch almost every Seton Hall basketball game this year and write about it. I want you to go look at those Seton Hall scores.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna treat you the same way I treat waiters and shit. You signed up for that, so I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Technically speaking, no. Because my main tasks are soccer, swimming, cross country, and softball.
I've been on a fucking roll recently.
Bro, they went 7-25.
Again, look at our stats. Our stats.
I understand what you're saying about like having your normal duties, but everybody know that last line of your job description says and other duties, other necessary duties, which means you knew there was a chance you was looking at basketball there.
No. So
you signed up for it. I don't want to hear it.
Oh no.
Hey, can I just say, speaking of CSU, because this high school is using their logo, which is the funniest thing ever to me, is that high schools just get away scot-free using professional and college logos all the time. A 16-year-old at Rio Rancho High School in New Mexico, he's a student. He's facing 15 counts of battery, but not why you'd think. This man is facing 15 counts of battery for peeing in a rival team's water jug during a JV baseball game.
Battery?
Talk about battery.
Is it each count because like 15 players drank it?
That's what I'm saying.
How's that battery?
Someone said this sounds like an old episode of Punk.
It's basically assault.
Someone said that other team was pissed.
Hey, hey, and the crazy part is he getting off good with battery. They could have given him indecent exposure, sexual assault, like all kinds of shit. Honestly, that got him on the list.
So many people in the comments are saying CSU catching strays for no reason.
Don't you know about the especially heinous crimes that
Someone said competitor trying to get an edge for his team. You gotta respect that. Hashtag team guy.
team guy is crazy? Hey, bro, tomorrow's gonna be awful. I have a game tomorrow, and I have like 11 guys, and two of my players that were supposed to play tomorrow are sitting out because of the fight they got into in our last game.
Do they have to, like,
they're
were
just
they
taking
actually
after the
suspended?
most respectful media
Yeah,
member
no,
in
they
the
were
game.
they were ejected, which means they have to sit the next game.
They're just following in your footsteps.
Excuse me,
They just want to be like you when they grow up.
bro. They don't know that I got in a fight in a game.
Whoa! He stepped out. No, he got fouled first. Ooh.
No, I was saying you could either find out this way, you could find out the other. And they found out the other way. Someone said about that kid, they said, this was a yearly tradition back in my hometown of Watoma, Wisconsin. Let the boys play. Game's gone soft.
Hey, I really kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for doing him like that, bro.
That's crazy.
You shouldn't.
After so many people have called it savage, like now I'm kind of feeling like I went a little far.
I mean, you didn't really say anything initially that was bad.
Yeah, I don't even think even when I said stuff about him, I said anything bad.
The thing is, the community has had the discussion about acknowledging each league previously when it was appropriate, and we all agreed that it's been getting better and whatever. So, like, to randomly call it out, and like the PLL can't like, why would they talk about the NLL right now? That just, it doesn't. It's just
It
a weird.
serves him nothing. Yeah.
It's just like one of those, like, not the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then to jump to, like, I don't know if he thought you were like insulting him or something, but when I read it, I was like, yeah, like someone got to say something because he keeps doing it. Like, and it reminded me of last year when he took that picture of pregame of the stands. It was like, see, no one's coming to the games, and it was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
yeah,
that was like an hour and a half before the game. Like, get out of here.
And I let KB handle that. I was telling Diggs, I was like, I wasn't really saying nothing before because he didn't directly come at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't want nobody feeling like I was coming to KB's rescue. Like he's a grown man over there. He can definitely handle that. So I didn't want to make it seem like that. So
yeah,
I just really thought he was going to take heed to my notice and just let that shit be water under the bridge. But clearly, he chose violence. So I met him where he was.
That boy always on Cory Booker time.
Hey, I met him right where he was at. He stopped yapping real quick. And the crazy thing is I didn't say nothing about him.
Nope.
I really just talked about his excuse of...
All right, gents, what's happening?
Give me overtime.
Yeah, overtime would be nice. That was a nice time to have a conversation. Hey, Andy's fire as hell. Y'all know that?
What?
Andy's.
Custard?
Andy's mint.
Oh, like the ones that you get at Olive Garden back in the day?
Why does this feel like it's ending on a back?
What do you think I got these, bro?
Give me
overtime. Please don't go for three.
On.
Please don't go for three. They're doing it.
What'd that say?
Travel?
What the hell was that?
Houston?
We have a problem.
The man went up to shoot a three, didn't shoot it, and knew if he came down with it, it would be a travel. Well then, that's a way to lose a natty, LJ Cryer.
That's crazy.
He didn't even try to pass to a teammate or throw it off somebody. And why are we going for 3? You had 19 seconds and you could just go to overtime.
Please show me a replay of that.
Crazy. Run that back. Turbo, please.
You know what? The world's definitely going downhill.
Okay, hold on.
Bro, we just watched Florida win the national championship in 2025.
Okay, hold on.
Basketball. Bro, they ain't even been close to a national championship since 2007.
That was so fucking wonky.
So that means Florida's come back and won, I think, 4 games this tournament by like 10 plus or something. There was some stat earlier that was talking about.
You know what else this mean about Florida? They finna fall off the face of the earth.
Florida drifts into the Atlantic Ocean coming up next.
I wasn't talking about the actual state.
Oh, well.
I was just saying that they basketball team ain't finna win nothing for another 8-9 years.
I'm sure.
Oh, my God. But I mean, hey, if you ask me, Florida's a real-life GTA, so if it fell off in the Atlantic, I think we'd be all right.
Wait a minute.
So that happened.
All right, so hear me out on this.
Hey, bro, he looks just like Sudan.
Hear me out on this, because I recorded the pod last night, right? The main pod.
Yeah.
And I'm going through who could potentially win, and it was literally down to 2 people. One had Houston, one had Florida. Now all of a sudden, somebody joined our group out of the blue that was not in this group, and they win the bracket.
Vote rigging. It's a fraud. It's a mess.
I ain't never seen this man's bracket in this challenge the whole time.
Hang on.
The Chalky Talky Aunt Stimmy or whatever was the person I talked about on the show. And now this Cliff 316 person comes out of the blue. I ain't never seen them in here.
Nah, it's too late.
That's crazy.
Excuse me.
I just realized my sister had Houston winning too.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Duke and Auburn, shit in the bed. I would have been all right.
Stevie Mack wins the company title. My dad finished 13th. He didn't even try. He was picking teams. My mom asked him about that today. She was like, see, look. And he was like, I just didn't have to. I come home from work, and that's when he is asking me to fill it out. And I'm tired when I come home from work. Hey, I'll say, I might have lost the parlay, but I did have 5+ points at -125 as the largest comeback. So I did get that.
That was one of the dumbest endings to a college basketball game I've seen. And to be fair, I had to watch a few season hall games that ended like that.
Which of the 25 ended like that?
Which game? It was the first Georgetown game where we had 17 seconds and we didn't get off a shot.
Oh yeah, lost by 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one. Literally, there's games, if you look at that schedule, where it was like we were down a bunch, we come back, kind of, and then we just fall flat in the end because we had to crawl back so far. I know. I don't want the softball schedule. I have to deal with that enough as it is. Let's see. What games am I having PTSD for?
Someone said I would have rather had Walter Clayton block that thing off my forehead. At least it would have been a live ball.
All right, gents. I'm gonna bid you adieu, but first, DJ, the stats fucking held up, buddy.
And the Vibes team won.
Yes, true.
So, sounds like Vibes won.
Well, no, stats and vibes won.
Sounds like Stats was just on the side of Vibes this time.
No.
Yeah. Definitely.
Either way, Kyle, let me know about the main pod.
Yeah, we should be recording Wednesday.
Roger.
Yeah. So sorry to Cliff316. You are not the winner of our bracket challenge. I did not see you in this bracket the entire time, and you're just joining late like that. You had time throughout round of 32, Sweet 16, all that to join. You ain't joining the night of the championship. Get the fuck out of here with that. Chalky Talky Aunt Stimmy. Slide in our DMs. Congratulations.
That reminds me, I have to update a tweet.
$1,570 was the total points that won our bracket challenge.
Congratulations. I'll try again next year.
Yeah, I was abysmal this year. Pretty bad. But my women's bracket popped off until the championship game. I lost my championship there. Pagey Buckets went to battle on me.
Crazy work.
But I did only end up getting 8 picks total wrong.
That's solid.
Somebody had one wrong pick in their women's bracket, and it was in the opening round.
That's actually kind of crazy.
It's wild. I also said on the main pod last night that if we get to 1,100 subscribers, we'll workshop a WNBA pod.
That could be cool. I'm assuming Denver will get a team here soon. Since
Especially
we got
Philly's getting a team in 2031,
Yeah.
I think, when the new stadium opens.
You already know who's our first guest. I refuse for it to be anybody else.
Who?
Who you think?
Who?
Angel.
This guy.
Duh.
She got her own podcast. She ain't gonna come on this show until we
You sound crazy. We pitch it to her like we did Back to the Bird. It's a collab show that we post on both sides. Like, bro, come on.
While she's raking in multi-million-dollar ad deals from fucking Reese's and Prize Picks, we're over here like Squidward.
Okay, what other WNBA pods are out there?
Cameron Brink.
You
Steph
talk about
Curry's
all
sister.
other players. What? Who? What?
Sound like Porky Pig right now. That.
What normal people out here doing WNBA pods?
Let's see.
Let's find out.
She gonna give us the love off the fact that ain't nobody just out here talking about the W. They should be. Don't get me wrong. I rocks with the W. But ain't nobody sitting here for hours spitting on the W like that. Except W players. So I think she would mess with us off the love on that. Just the fact that we putting a little extra work and extra love into the W.
There actually is quite a few, but it's all like it's either players or it's like the athletic in like places like that. It's not really like
normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, I'm telling you. We in there like swimwear.
That's the one I was thinking of. The Title League. Do they still do their show? No. I remember them though.
Yeah, in there like swimwear.
Oh, Locked On Network has a show, but they have a show for everything.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy that Cameron Brink does a show with Steph Curry's sister.
I had no clue.
It's on the same network as what the hell? Like Paul George and like where New Heights started before they sold to Wondery. What's that? Wave Sports and Entertainment, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like Carmelo Anthony's podcast.
Oh yeah, speaking of PG, since the season's cooked, can he get back to
Right
now or like
where's Podcast P?
I took that break to focus on winning the championship. I'm just
he did a what to do what?
Yeah, he took a break from podcasting to focus on the season when the Sixers season was far over.
This was when they had like it was like early. I feel like it was like 20 plus.
Dog, this was like right after the All-Star break.
Yeah,
the season was in the books already.
I say it was already cooked.
I mean, respect.
So we can return.
Well. No, at that time, they were only like the 7 or 8 at that time.
We ain't been that high since like.
No, bro, you're talking to somebody who talks about the Pistons on a work podcast every week. At the All-Star break, they were in the 7 right behind the Pistons. Whatever happened before that or after that, I can't talk about. But they were right there. I was like, what is or maybe it was the 10?
Yeah, we were like in the play-in most of the season.
Yeah, the 10. Well, the 7 is the play-in too. It was the 10, but nonetheless, y'all, I could see where he could be like, okay, well, maybe if I actually like got for real for a little bit, we could push up a spot or two and try and
but that was when Maxey was out with his hamstring and Embiid still hadn't played. Like
y'all proving his point. He like, look, I gotta lock in. It's just me.
There was nothing to lock into. That lock was cut and the key was thrown away.
He like, it's just me. I gotta lock in and turn up.
Yo, Charles Barkley is out of pocket.
That's not new.
What did he say this time?
Complex tweeted this like 4 hours ago because I guess they did the live show there. He said, yes, y'all got some big bitches here. He said in a moment that was met with cheers from some of the crowd as well as some boos.
Oh, because it was in San Antonio.
Yeah. He's wild.
just so frustrating.
I had to make sure that was actually complex and not like NBA Centel.
All the fine women got kids.
Hey, you said you need
Mama,
players this
Mama,
weekend.
there
right?
goes that man again.
It's so damn annoying, bro.
Someone tweeted Olivier Rodrigue will make his first NHL start tonight, and someone quotes me and said, "OMG, I love her song Lacey."
I saw that. Topher Adams said, Walter Clayton statue when?
Yo, Kelvin at halftime, he said, "This is the middle of January against Sasquatch State." Oh my, that's terrible. Someone tweeted Duke versus Houston's about to be a movie. They're like up in the rafters, basically. Some dude quote tweeted and said, "Tell Kobe I miss him." That's diabolical.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Also, I was dying laughing because the Rizzler threw out the first pitch of the Mets game yesterday. Someone commented, "When did we re-sign Daniel Vogelback?"
I still can't believe he just dropped that ball.
That's crazy.
Bro, do y'all think I could like put myself out as like a +1? I could make like +1 services. Like, oh, are you going to a birthday party this weekend? Are you going to a wedding soon? Are you just tired of everybody complaining at the family gatherings, asking when you're gonna get a significant other? Whoa. Look no further.
If you don't make some sort of Chappelle show skit like that for social media, I'm going to be very pissed off at you.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
I mean,
dog,
you might be
the
the
way
only person on the planet doing that if you made that a real thing.
I would be.
So you can make good money.
Bro, like I only got to be a +1 for as long as you need me to. You can make adjustable hours and adjustable rates. If you got to fly me out, shit, it'll be free.
Someone quote tweeted SEC Network saying the Gators are national champions for the first time since going back to back in 06, 07. Said key recession indicator.
Bro, what did I just say? What did I just say? I literally just said the world's going to shit because we just watched Florida win a national championship in basketball.
Hey, if it's going that way and things go worse, then wartime champ's gonna come back out.
That's so funny.
I still got to get a Red Wings shirt made with that.
I mean, I would like other things to not have to happen to get a Red Wings championship.
The Red Wings, World War Cup champions.
Like, I don't know. We don't need that. We don't need that. Like, that's the last thing we need.
Yo, did you see they weren't letting Hakeem Olajuwon on the court when Houston won? That's crazy.
Like, don't you know who that is, bro?
Right? Hey, I need Julio Rodriguez to lock in. My boy is struggling right now.
Excuse me. Six, 7. Do. Baby Shark, do.
Yo, you know what's funny? I was thinking the other day, I was like, what the hell happened to Baby Shark? That thing faded out faster than a shooting star.
Oh no, it's still around. You
Yeah,
just
but
ain't been around no kids.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's still around.
You right on that one.
I know. I'm there with you for the most part.
Hey, there's an exclusive Michael Sowers auction coming out next week,
Heyo.
and they tagged Calder City Sports Cards. So
That's sick.
Excuse me. I'm pretty sure he's in Grand Rapids.
is he?
Ironically. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's in Grand Rapids.
I just bit right off the highway. Trackhawk sitting in the driveway.
Florida led for 1 minute and 4 seconds in that game.
See, my sister get it. She shared a post. I'm single. Like, we can sneak out of town and you can post me. She quotes it and goes, don't post me, actually. Like, yes, that's it. Don't post me.
What
don't. We can sneak out. That's why we snuck out of town. Don't post me.
That's absurd work.
You know how mad I would be?
Man, all of a sudden, everyone on my timeline is a Florida Gator fan.
That's what I'm
When
saying.
did that occur?
I knew like 3 that were off the rip. I knew were Florida fans
Huh?
that I follow on
Oh.
Twitter. Like I know like 3 like actual Florida fans.
Oh, someone tweeted, failure to launch, parentheses, a shot attempt.
Always read this. Once it's like that soft frozen, I will cut off the top and I just eat it with a spoon. But now that I have adult money, I have a Ninja Slushie, so it's going in there, and this is gonna make my life.
Somebody put Capri Sun in a Ninja Slushie machine.
I hate everything.
What?
That's so out of pocket.
Why?
There's no need for that.
You wouldn't drink a Capri Sun slushie?
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm not. That's not my first like prerogative.
I don't think it was their first prerogative.
Someone's.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know though, because this machine looks awfully clean for it to not be the first time it's been used.
Big Cat said, "If Gene Steratore isn't part of One Shining Moment, we riot."
Girl, they getting 8 for drink or whatever. I got my little lid. I'm giving you a cute little straw, a little Slurpee straw like this is 7-Eleven.
Damn.
The vibe.
Big Cat won like $263,000 on that game because Florida won.
What did he put on them?
$25K at plus 950.
Oh, like to win it all or to win the game?
To win it all in
Oh.
February.
Someone said Houston did a Duke.
Portnoy just said, the good news is I totally forgot I put these in. Let's go Fever. He has a 2-pick parlay of Florida to win the national championship and Indiana Fever to win the WNBA title. $30K to win $1.2 million.
I hope they're offering him a cash out.
And then he has a 3-pick parlay, Florida to win, Fever to win, and Boston Celtics to win. $25K to win almost $2 million. That one has a cash out right now of $108K.
Yeah, he got to cash that out.
Someone
Hey,
said,
listen.
How do you just forget you placed a $25,000 bet?
I don't condone pitting athletes against others for the most part. But it is kind of wild. People be trying to call CC the best college basketball player all time, and she ain't
Which
win
is
no
not
championship.
true. And like, I don't even base it off a championship. Like, there's so many like, and it's not diminishing what she did in college
At all.
I think a lot of it is just like the social media and like awareness spotlight was on while she was in school. But there's so many incredible like women's basketball players.
Like, she's
that,
one
like,
of the best.
yes,
I'll give her
easily.
that, but she's not the best.
No.
That's gonna forever belong to my first true love, Maya Moore. Oh man.
And I'm also of the belief that like in college, just because it is so random with like basketball, especially with tournament, like not winning a championship doesn't diminish what you did as a collegiate athlete, especially in men's or women's basketball. Because there's some motherfuckers in men's basketball that we remember for just going off in a tournament, and it's like, oh, they're a March legend.
In women's basketball, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, but
no. In women's basketball, if you're really that good, you can lead your team to a championship. Like literally, you only need about 1.5 good players, and like that's not a slight, but like we've just seen that done multiple times in the women's game.
All right, how come I never seen half the people in this opening of One Shining Moment this whole tournament? Where was this big boy redhead?
He was on the bench.
I ain't never seen that man in my life. I am sorry to this man. See, that's how you know it's a bad One Shining Moment. We're showing way too many highlights from Dayton.
Wow, bro. They really managed to turn the Ovechkin conversation into a LeBron thing. That's so frustrating. He's just trying to exist and play basketball.
I was dying laughing when I saw he went on Pat McAfee show after the Stephen A stuff went down.
That was mad.
I was like, that's a calculated move right there.
That's what everyone's saying, because McAfee has like a live show on Wednesday this week or something in Pittsburgh, and they're saying that's when Aaron Rodgers is going to announce that he's going to the Steelers.
Hey, did you see Adam Levy's response to my tweet?
With the popcorn?
Yeah. I was like, yo, what?
I can't tell how Adam feels about him.
I can't tell how
He's neutral. Adam is about as neutral as you can get.
But sometimes he seems like he really likes him, and sometimes he seems like he's like.
Well, I know he's got no beef with us. I know that. I know he's cool with us.
Yo, Steve had our getting the whole intern do like a David Letterman top 10 type thing for the Masters, and it was like the top 10 things that are illegal at at like Augusta and everything at the Masters. And Steve was like, "Is it in the same lane that it's illegal to park your elephant on the side of the road in Alabama. It's like actual legislation in their law in the state. I was like, talk about roll tide.
Does that mean someone actually did that at some point?
I guess.
How do you just get like an elephant to just
In Alabama, of all places.
like?
Or was I the only viewer that day?
Crazy.
This man ever assume we only have one viewer? Shame.
He acts like hundreds upon hundreds of people don't just listen on audio.
Facts.
He's probably the one that called in the AI generative hit on our episodes that we have.
Bro, why was I thinking that? And I was like, no, bro.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
Like, he's not smart enough to do that.
Valid.
that was my very next thought. I was like, yeah, he did that. And I was like, he's not smart enough to do that.
That would take like, I don't even think there's like physicists that are smart enough to do that. That was the shortest one shining moment, I think, of my lifetime.
Yeah.
That felt like a blip on the radar.
Plate, and people realizing that the indentation on this plate that sits in the gear that turns the plate in the microwave is the same shape as the radiation symbol. Well, the crazy thing is, a lot of people are saying, it's no big deal, man, it's just because the gear in there. But it is interesting that it could be any other shape than the radiation symbol. But here's the crazy part. And you know what's great about microwaves is that it's about the only appliance that you have never seen a commercial. Yet it's in all of our homes. Unless you're like me and you got rid of your microwave. But there's something so crazy about microwaves.
Big Cat said one shining moment somehow made the first 2 rounds look fun.
But you cannot speak about it on Instagram. In fact, if you ask Google, are microwaves safe? You have to go to page 100 before you see any variance of an opinion on the matter. They're all absolutely 100%. Use it. It's great. It's an amazing invention. Never mind what Russia did in the 1960s regarding microwaves. Do you remember when that video went viral?
So apparently microwaves are no good for us.
I mean,
Nothing is good for us.
didn't we already know that?
I'm here for the best time possible, not the longest time.
Hey, bruh. I'm going to have to go either way.
I was going to bring something up about the start time of a national championship, but then I remember Hoots is in mountain time, that fucker.
The best time zone ever. I'm gonna screenshot that, and that's you do that. You do that to your fans. Wow, that's from a esteemed media
And you know what?
personality.
I am
Wow,
laughing my fucking ass off.
I'm gonna make sure that you don't get nominated for any awards this year.
I'm going to
That's
let you
just-
decide the next course of the
Yo,
action
when
here.
I read that part, all that played in my head was that episode of Jersey Shore where JWoww was like, you can either stay and get your ass beat, or you can stay and get your ass beat, or you can stay and you can get your ass beat.
Except I was being nice about it because I actually gave him a way out. And I will say, you had no reason to catch a stray here, but I wanted him to know how serious I was. Because you always waited to address him on OTB. So that's why I threw that little part in at the end. Like, I'm not finna wait for an episode to do it. You finna catch this heat right now, my boy. You finna get this right now. I just need you to know.
That's so funny. I was just sitting in my seat.
Yeah, bro.
Citizens Bank Park. Like, what the hell is going on?
He's just trying to tell us basketball stats. And we're like, hang on, we got to rehash what happened on Twitter.
Hey, get his ass DJ is going to be hilarious forever.
Gotta put that on a shirt.
You might as well just screenshot that tweet because that you could use it for so many.
Oh, bro, forever.
That's a
I
good call.
literally need to get that
Doing
on a
that
shirt
right now.
or a hat.
Wait, speaking of hats and speaking of get his ass, did you see Kike Hernandez's hat the other day when they were
Yes.
getting on the plane?
Yes.
Did you see it? The Dodgers censored it out, and he
talking
commented
about I'm
on it.
mad it got censored. Like, bro, you can't walk around like that.
I wonder why.
Literally. Like, buddy, with all due respect, we want that censored. Honestly, bro, H2O is so fucking good. Oh, I need to get ready for bed soon. Fuck.
Soon.
Who's
What you mean soon?
started?
I'll be asleep, dog.
Do you know what time it is here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should already be in bed.
Yeah, I should. No, I should. You were absolutely right. I should be. Well, I probably wouldn't be asleep yet. I'm honestly like, it's so hard for me to fall asleep. It's so bad. It's so bad. I average probably about 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. Terrible.
Shit, I'm lucky if I get that. That sounds heavenly after the horrendous sleep I had last night.
I actually get so much more sleep at your house.
That's crazy. I think I found part of the problem of why I'm not sleeping great. And shout out to the Easter Bunny coming through because your boy's getting new pillows.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's like the carefreeness of not being around anyone like here in Kalamazoo. I'm just so far away that like I can literally just sleep.
He said, I left the ops at home. I can go to sleep now.
He said they're taken care of by the boys. Let me rest. Let me rest. He's like Thanos. I can finally rest. Watch the sunset. Rest.
Oh,
I need Michael Harrison to Photoshop your face on Thanos when he's looking out in that field.
Doug, I have been on a roll the last couple of weeks, bro. Oh my god.
He said, I can finally rest.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
Okay.
The attitude.
Bro, I don't know what she be on, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious.
She could have said, have a good night or something. Damn. Hey, and when it typed it out, she didn't type it all the way out. It was a capital O, a capital A with a period. Like, fuck you mad for?
She said, period.
Oh, bro. Got a real one for making me this funny.
Yo, I'm so annoyed too because we have the Underground Circuit has their first watch party on Sunday. I have to miss it because my bum ass day job has fucking inventory.
I remember those days.
Yeah, I don't got inventory at my job.
There's barely any inventory at my job.
Do they make you do it, or they bring people in
Yep.
to do it? Yeah.
They send us these like scanner
Yeah.
dumbass thing. I mean, it's easier. I'd rather have that than the fucking carnies of South Jersey coming in, doing everything and yelling across the store.
They brought people in for us, and then they messed it up so bad that we had to go through again and do it again. And
Yep.
I was like, this was a waste of our time. We were in our way like all day, and then we still have to go do it. Like, just let me do it next time.
So stupid. Yo, Vladdy Jr. getting 500 milli
Crazy work.
is wild. I mean, he deserves it, but totally threw off my Phillies midseason acquisition.
So, like, I really do believe that, like, cyclists, like, are entitled to a part of the road. And that some people would be being rude to them. But when I see videos like this montage, where it says cyclists deserve all the hate they get, sometimes I agree. Because they just be acting so entitled sometimes. Like, bro. No. No. You don't get to kick my car and keep cycling down the road. I'm going to hit you.
Yo, Topher just tweeted too. He said Florida winning national championships in revenue sports is unfortunately a recession indicator.
I'm telling you, bro, it is. I said that like an hour ago now. Like, this ain't good.
All tournament team. Walter
Me.
Clayton Jr., Will Richard, LJ Cryer, Juwan Roberts, Cooper
And me.
Flag.
Oh, they must have had me as 6-man.
You couldn't even get the Cannons assistant coach job.
I was just thinking.
I didn't apply.
Right as he
I
said
had
that, I was
to.
thinking about
I
when he
had
mentioned
to.
on the pod.
I would have to apply first. I did not apply.
Next time there's an opening.
Come on, that was your in to get to the Holman family Thanksgiving, Deej.
I know. I blew it. I blew it.
Oh.
They might invite me anyway.
I just picture their Thanksgiving as just one big film watching session.
It might not be.
No, because after we heard that Mrs. Brian
Mama's-
Holman likes to break down film with Alex.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. Hey, that's a banger. That Bailey Zimmerman. That shit go hard.
Someone said, I'm going to tell my kids this is Tim McGraw and Nelly.
Hey, no, because they did make that song together back in the day. Have you ever heard of Gavin DeGraw?
Of course.
Yeah, bro. That Not Over You, banger. Banger, certified. Certified.
What show was he on?
Sitting
He
down
was
at a
on-
table set for two is crazy. That is a crazy bar.
I Don't Want to Be is a certified classic.
I feel like I know that one too.
That was the theme song of One Tree Hill.
But yeah, I know for sure that my favorite song by him is Not Over You.
He's got bangers.
I think I want Beyblades again.
I still got my original ones.
Look at these ones I'm about to send y'all.
Damn, Julio. What the hell? Bro,
What the hell?
Why is there so many?
What the hell, Leonte?
It's a battle
What the hell,
royale. What?
What the hell,
What's the-
Barry?
What is all that fire?
What the hell, Burton? What the hell, Bron James?
Lakers in 5.
You ain't heard what the hell?
What is going on?
You really ain't heard what the hell?
You told me about that before, but I was like, yeah, that ain't make its way to the East Coast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I
That
never
song
heard
is
that.
definitely gonna make its way over there. It got my boy Herbo in it. It's gonna, yeah.
Why is there so much fire?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, bro. But I couldn't see that and not let y'all see it too.
Dog, them two are dead. This red one is fighting for its life. Oh, it's going out sad. It went out sad. That's crazy.
Oh, bro, Twitter shouldn't be this damn funny.
I'm about to send you something funny as hell.
Oh, what?
Yo, I'm screaming. They asked Christian Yelich if he was gonna. They asked Christian Yelich if he was gonna participate in the home run derby this year. He said, "Oh yeah, that's definitely a goal this year. Tell Big Cat and PFT to get ready. They know what I mean." because when he went on Pardon My Take a few years ago, they said if he ever won the home run derby, they'd have to eat each other's asses. And then Jeff Passan absolutely cooked them when he was on their show the other week about it. He said, oh, where is
not NFL or CBS. Call it AB the R word on Facebook.
I don't even know if it's real.
Who?
I never know if anything that man posts is actually like accurate.
Antonio Brown.
He posted it, or they did?
He posted a screenshot of an alleged post on NFL on CBS on Facebook. And they called him the R word. While calling everybody else retarded and then giving the proper shit.
You were doing so well.
Retired. Everybody else is retired. They called AB the R word. And then they gave the proper RIP to Demaryius Thomas.
Oh, I think I saw that graphic. Not the one that AB posted, but the initial one.
Oh, so it probably said AB's retired. Not.
I thought that's what it said, but I also just did a quick look at it. So
the question is, if the league were to use a different word, would they be wrong? And I believe the answer is no.
no comment.
I don't know, bro. You could get featured on this page.
Oh, I found the one he posted.
You could be cracker of the day. By the way, not my choice of words. That's what he says. That's what he says.
I know. He pops up on my timeline from time to time with some wild takes.
That's actually insane.
Oh. All right. I think we'll call the stream here. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. What the heck? Who is this person commenting? Thanks for tuning in. Use our link in the description to shop with FOCO now through tomorrow. And we'll see you guys on the next stream. Congrats to Florida. Thanks for being part of Underground Madness 2025. And now we are fully on to baseball and lacrosse season here at the company and F1. So subscribe to all of our pods, subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.